What's up, YouTube? So, I got my Kel Tec. Showed a video last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But doing my research, while doing my research for this rifle, uh, I found that there's some potential issues with it and some upgrades you can do. So I got online, checked that out, and one of the issues is the plastic trigger, the plastic trigger guard, which is also the release. They make a piece for the charging handle. It's a rubber sleeve and a sleeve for here for the stock to make it nicer for your cheek to rest on, which some people call pussification of your Kel Tec, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then there's a buffer, recoil buffer pad you can put in here. And then the original screws for the Kel Tec can gall the plastic when you're or just gall when you're taking it apart and putting it together. So I'm replacing all those, and I'll show you the products that I got here. So here's the screws. These are stainless coated, and so they're not supposed to gall. This is by a company called MCarbo, which anybody that has a Kel Tec is probably familiar with. So there they are. And they actually have videos on YouTube to show you how to do all this work. And I'm going to follow that because I've never taken a Kel Tec apart before. The nice thing about this company is whatever you purchase goes to help veterans. And it's operated by a combat vet or combat veterans, and so they do upgrades. If you go on their site, they have a lot of upgrades for the Kel Tec. Matter of fact, all the upgrades I have here, or a good majority of them, you get a vinyl sticker with your purchase, this introductory letter, which is very nice. I like that whatever I purchased goes toward helping the vets. I'm kind of big on that right now. Probably have been and will be forever. And then they give you a little bit of assembly lube here, which is nice because it's actually CLP, but didn't order that. So we're doing that. And then this company is called Tactical Products. And they also do upgrades for the Kel Tec. This is the rubber sleeve that I'm going to put on. It has a cutout for the charging handle area, as you can see. Well, let's see if you can see. Pull the damn sleeve out. And it's a nice stiff rubber, you know, so it should be nice and cushiony. So as you can see, that sleeve cuts out for the charging handle. So we'll be doing that. More products by MCarbo, and all this stuff is really cheap, relatively cheap. So here's this is by Tactical Product, or MCarbo, sorry. This is the trigger guard, which is machined aluminum, aircraft grade, I believe they said. This is from Tactical Products. This is the little rubber sleeve for the charging handle. More CLP from MCarbo. This is from MCarbo, the aluminum, machined aluminum trigger. And it's supposed to actually make the trigger feel better. It breaks better, just feels more solid. And then this is from Tactical Products, and this is the buffer, recoil buffer, recoil reducing buffer pad. I don't know if I'm going to put this in. It has little sections in it, so you can make it whatever length you want, because some people say when you put this in, if you don't have the right length in there, it's hard to charge the rifle because it's working against this neoprene, and that's what this is just a neoprene. So if you're having issues, you can take out a ring, one ring at a time until you get there. So we're going to try that, and then we're going to go shoot this. I haven't even shot this yet. These are the upgrades that everybody says you need to get to make this rifle perfect, or as close to perfect as the Kel Tec sub2000 can be. Plus I want to do this now before I end up breaking my trigger guard and my trigger. Then I'll have spares, I'll have backups. So I'm going to watch a video. We're going to tear this apart, and I might come back in when we're in the middle of it, show you what the internals look like. But I'm not going to video me doing the upgrades, because I find when I do that it goes slower and I fuck up, and then I get hateful comments in the comment section. So I'd rather fuck up behind closed doors and off camera, and then come back and go, ta-da, I did it. And Hiccup's over there watching me, calling me a dumbass, so he may make a guest appearance here if I allow him. So yeah, we'll get started and we'll be right back. Real quick before I forget and start rambling on, I just wanted to show everybody what the cost on this stuff was. Hopefully you can see that. So the buffer cylinder was 10 bucks. The cover, operating handle cover, was $5, and then the bolt tube cover, which is the long rubber piece, was $14. So the total of those were $28.25 with shipping. And I want to say that the trigger and trigger guard were about, the trigger guard was definitely $30, and then the trigger was 25 to 30 bucks. So not too expensive to do these upgrades, and I think from everything I've seen, well worth it. So, alright, we'll be back. Alright, so we're about ready to tear into this thing. You have to field strip it, take out the doohickeys. There's the bolt carrier group, the buffer, the spring, charging handle, and the pin, and the stock. So that's where we're at so far, and then I'll be back. Alright, all done. It's a good thing I didn't videotape that, because this thing's kind of a pain in the butt, especially when you pull the two halves apart and all the springs fall out and the trigger and all that shit. So you gotta wrestle with getting everything back in. But there's the trigger guard and the new trigger. The rubber piece for the cheek, and then the charging handle cover right here. New screws. All in all, I think it looks pretty damn good. So now we're going to go shoot it and see how that works. It's function tested. All works. So next, there's the old trigger guard, old screws, and the old plastic trigger, which I'll throw in my parts box and save for later. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you. Forgot one more thing. These are the buffer spacers I had to take out. Actually, I took out 3 of them. Because once these are in, it's hard to pull that charging handle all the way back. And so you just take out until it works. So I ended up with 1 of these. I don't know how much that's going to help with the recoil mitigation, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.